Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we explore the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Milan Kohut, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced, the lessons learned, and the strategies fueling future growth. Today, I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Peggy Perez, a master-level certified fitness, health, nutrition, and brain health coach with over 20 years of experience. She leads Peggy Perez Coaching, where she offers a holistic approach to wellness, focusing on creating sustainable lifestyle changes that improve physical and brain fitness. Peggy is dedicated to helping clients of all ages and abilities enhance their energy, sleep, and overall well-being through personalized fitness, nutrition, and lifestyle coaching. Her mission is to empower individuals to live the healthy, vibrant life they deserve by making small, impactful changes daily. With that being said, Peggy, I'm excited to have you officially welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you. And thank you for such a lovely introduction, Milan. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. I really am excited to have you. Awesome. Let's dive in. With every single one of my guests, I always love to start at the very beginning of the journey. So go ahead and take us back in time before you even had your practice, what were you doing before, and then eventually what motivated you to start the business?
Oh, that goes back a lot of years because I'm 64 and I know we don't have that much time. I'll go back to how I started in fitness, which was my personal journey. Was I started training in college because I took a strength training class, made a lot of friends, found out that I loved it. And I've been a gym rat ever since. Also, something that happened at that time was that I remember there was a couple who were training who were older, probably like my age, that they were part of a research project. And I watched their transition. And I don't know why it grabbed my attention, but that really stayed with me because I saw their journey over a year's time come in looking old and in a year's time looking very different. And that actually became part of my journey later in life. I actually was in IT for many years. And then after I had two children, I got into road cycling, fell in love with it, decided to do some off bike coaching. And so wanted to spend more time with my kids. And so decided to go into coaching. Subsequently, as a road cyclist, I also had an accident, a pretty severe accident where I ended up with a lot of broken bones, including my jaw and a traumatic brain injury. That actually set the course of how I trained. I worked with a lot of physical therapists with my own body. And also having had a brain injury, I knew there was things that I had to change for my own health. When I started training other people, I ended up getting a lot of cases of people who had challenges because of injury or illness. And that's been part of my history as a coach, is working with a very diverse group of people because I had that experience myself.
Gotcha. Now, I'm glad that you mentioned it because this is actually what I wanted to talk about in the next part. Now, when we cover the entire business as it is today, we really want to understand everything from who is it that is like your absolute best potential customer to what it actually looks like to work with you on a day-to-day basis. So the way I always put it is pretty simple. Who do you help? What do you help them with?
Yeah, when I started this particular studio, I just relocated to Sacramento from the Bay Area and started retrofit. We're having a soft opening. My website isn't even up yet, but I was thinking of that exact question and I was thinking 50 and above. I changed my mind when I had two young women walk in and they are wanting to join the service and wanted to get fit for doing that one pull-up they need and the other aspects of it. And I was like, am I limiting myself? So really, I'd say the ideal person is probably 50 plus, but I really am open to all ages because we all have different goals. We have different challenges. And I think with my experience of both working with youth to, let's see, my oldest client was probably 89. I think I have something to offer to a wide range of people. That said, I really am zeroing in on the 50 plus.
Gotcha. And now that we have a better idea of who it is that you're looking to help, why don't you walk us through what is the core offer of what you want to provide? What is the frequency of working with you? How is the process? Tell us everything.
Absolutely. So, what makes me different than a gym is one, it's a private space. So, for those people who do not like the gym environment, this would probably be ideal. I only work with private clients or semi private, let's say up to 4 people. Everybody I work with, though, I have a thorough evaluation assessment so that I really understand their body, their health, their history, their goals. And so, even if we're working in a group, I'm working with them as individuals. And the routine is not routine. The workout is going to be different for each person for the most part. And that's because I really want to, the customization is what really gets people to that point where they're making that transformation. And so, as far as number of sessions, it really depends on their goals. It just depends. I have people who stay with me for years. I have people who have stayed with me for a year and said, I think I've got this. And then they check back in a few times just to get maybe a change in their routine. So the majority stay for years, honestly, but I'm more than happy to work with like this couple of young women that came in and have a specific goal that they want to meet. And that's lovely as well.
Gotcha. Would you say that I know for a fact that you do have clients both in real life and virtual also? So
Yes.
would you say that the structure is pretty much the same or does it vary?
It varies because a person's home environment where they might have very different equipment. Sometimes there's a little bit more thinking out of the box as far as what the actual workout would be. The process is the same though. A thorough assessment, looking at all aspects of their life, be it nutrition, sleep habits, stress. All of this needs to be part of this holistic plan that I set forth for them. And then how we get there will depend a little bit upon what's available for the equipment. But other than that, it is pretty much the same. It's looking at metrics. So we don't know if we're getting there unless there's a way to measure it. And progressive overload for sure for all the exercise. Nutrition is a little bit different. We all have different likes as far as our food goes. We might have cultural differences. So that gets a little bit more nuanced. But and going back to your original question, there are some things that are the same for everybody, but there's a lot of nuances because we're bio individuals and we have different
Yeah,
goals.
everybody's different. So in your industry, you really need to customize a lot of it. Awesome. Peggy, you already know this. We're all about business, entrepreneurship, sales, marketing, operations. So I want to switch to the back end side of the business for a
Mhm.
second. When it comes to client acquisition, what are you currently doing from marketing slash lead generation standpoint to actually bring in new clients?
This is a really good question because I am starting from scratch. I'm in an area where I don't really know many people because I came from the Bay Area where I was very well connected. This has been a really big part of starting this business is how am I going to get people, one, to know me, two, to know where I'm at. I've always, it, in the past, I really haven't had to market myself. I've been very fortunate in that I really got word of mouth. I got recommendations. I'm realizing how blessed I was because this is a much bigger challenge. So what I'm doing is what I do best. I'm getting out and meeting people, letting them get to know me, building relationships. So I have a gala this weekend I'm going to for an Indigenous medical center. Next weekend I have a gala here in Fair Oaks, which is to get out and to know the community. So I'm getting involved in one things that I believe in and want to give back to, plus just getting to know the community at large. That's one thing. I'm going to go to my first Rotary meeting next Monday. Then I've done things like Yelp. I just got on Yelp, working on social media. And then because I work with a lot of people who have health challenges, I'll get out and meet hopefully some of the doctors and wellness professionals in the area so that there's that synergy between sometimes just even getting one or two really good synergistic relationships can make a big difference.
Gotcha. Awesome. Now, I think that this is actually a very smart approach. It's never smart to have all your eggs in one basket, right? You really got to do a combination of everything. But when you
Mhm.
say that you also start focusing on social media, what do you mean by that? Is it purely content or what's the strategy?
Yeah, so good question. This is not an area I love. I'll tell you right now, this is my generation. We don't all love this. And it doesn't come easily for me, to be perfectly honest. I want to get content out there that is helpful, but I'm also being told that's not the way to do it, that I'm too nurturing. So I'm on a learning curve right now. I'm working with people who are coaching me, and I'm trying to get my head around it all. So I will be posting content. I've been just putting out little videos. I don't know exactly where this is going to go because I don't know what I don't know yet. I am learning, and I'm going to try to make my videos a little bit more interesting, try to get the sale a little bit more readily. And so I don't have a complete answer to that yet.
That's completely fine. Like you said yourself, it is definitely learning. And that's not for
Mm-hmm.
you only, that's for everybody,
Oh,
right?
good. Oh, good.
Everybody's got to do the same thing and go through the whole process. Now, when you mention coaches, are you referring like specifically to somebody who's helping you on like how to utilize social media and capitalize on the potential? Or what did you mean by that?
Exactly. Coaches who that's their space that they're working in, is that they're
Mhm.
helping somebody like me to understand how to best utilize Instagram or Yelp or LinkedIn so that
Mhm.
I'm not wasting my time. That's the idea, is to really fine tune it. And part of it, I know myself that I'm not going to just let somebody decide for me. I still want to be authentic. And that's the number one thing on the social media. If I'm not authentic, I'm not going to want to do it. That said, I want to learn to do a better job at it.
Gotcha. That's a good mindset, 100%. Now, if you look at the structure that you have in place right now, with what I mentioned before, with you having clients online, but also physical location, what is your preference going forward? Do you want to have more on the virtual side or the physical side?
On the physical side, because I've really chosen specific things in the studio that I think are tools for the exercise part of it, for sure. This is called retrofit because I'm combining the vintage tried and true with the modern approach. The equipment today is much better than we had back in the 80s. We used to actually do calf raises on each other's backs. So things have changed a little bit. And there's tools to help people more safely get the results they want. And that's why I'd love to have people here. The other is that I really love the energy. I love the interaction. I'm able to see people better from all angles. Form is really important from the exercise piece of it. And then also we have a safe space here to talk about all the other aspects of our life, their stressors, their nutrition. We get to talk about behavior as well, because behavior is a big part of changing ourselves that often isn't talked about. There's like this one exercise is going to make everybody strong, and this one food, this superfood, is going to make everybody healthy. But really, there's a lot about the person that I can work with here that is different than virtual. I can still do to some degree virtually, but there isn't the same connection.
Yeah, I completely get that. Awesome. Peggy, I'm going to be respectful of your time here. We still got a few more minutes. So let's talk about the future of your company. Now, if you think about the next, let's say, 12 months, what would you say are some of the goals, targets, revenue, milestones that you have set for yourself?
Yeah, until the end of the year, I would love to bring in 3 new clients a month. That's a goal that I have. Our big push in the fitness and wellness usually happens in January. So I'm hoping to get at least double that. I'm not, I don't want to grow so fast that the service changes. So I really want to do this at a pace where I'm learning from my clients some things that are working and not working here. And then I'd love to get to capacity a year from now. With that, I'm hoping I can get my husband to work with me as well. And if I was to expand into another part of this business, I would love to add nutrition and cooking. One of the biggest challenges I'm finding with helping people with nutrition is when we don't cook, we just don't have control over our food. And I would actually, if I could knock out this wall, I'd have a big space with a kitchen to work with food, because I've been cooking since I was 10, and I love food, and I love sharing food. Food is love to me, and teaching people how to cook would be an absolute great addition down the road.
Gotcha. There's several little components that you're trying to collect and put together, which is cool. There's a lot of goals, a lot of ambition. I love that. Now, if you think about making all of that happen, what would you say is going to be the biggest challenge?
Oh, there's always lots of challenges, but the biggest one to get what I have going here, capacity, waiting list, fantastic. And then take a look at what it took to get there, what was working, what wasn't working, and then possibly open up the second location. If at that time that little dream of the nutrition cooking piece works, great, but it absolutely is secondary to getting this to capacity, second one going, and then looking at, are we ready to add another aspect of the business?
Love that. Awesome. Peggy, we're going to wrap it up with my last question. This is actually one of my favorite questions ever. So, obviously, you've been in this business for quite some time now. So, if you could speak with your younger self, what would be the best piece of advice that you would give yourself?
Trust your intuition. Yeah,
Mhm.
listen, that inner voice is wisdom, and don't overthink things. Yeah, I wish I'd listened to that voice sooner. I think I would have been doing what I love sooner, but I eventually did, and here I am.
I love that. Trust yourself, trust the process. Easy as
Mhm.
that. Love that. Awesome. Peggy, this pretty much wraps up another insightful episode of Founders Future. So I just want to say a huge thank you for taking the time and sharing your journey with us today. And if somebody wanted to reach out, connect with you, perhaps even work with you one day, what is the best way to contact you?
Yeah, you can. I'm in Fair Oaks, California. And if you want to reach me, you can reach me at Perez, Perez Peggy 61 at yahoo.com. As I stated, my website is supposed to be up in about a week. It'll be www.retro-fitstudio.com. Phone number 408-250-8461.
Love that. Awesome. Now, for listeners, if today's conversation inspired you as well, make sure to subscribe to Founders Future on your favorite platform. And if you're a business owner, more specifically a coach, consultant, or an agency owner, and you're looking to scale your business and really enhance both your sales and marketing efforts, also visit closers.io, get in touch with our team, and see how exactly we went from zero to over 30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing, and I'll see you on the next one.